Welcome. I'm truly glad you're here, not because this video promises instant life transformation. That's not how profound, lasting change genuinely works. Welcome. I'm truly glad you're here, not because this video promises instant life transformation. That's not how profound, lasting change genuinely works. Instead, we'll explore how to ignore, a vital life skill you'll consistently need. It's a mastery that, unfortunately, most people never acquire throughout their lives. They spend their days perpetually reacting, caught in cycles of overthinking, fighting, defending, and endlessly explaining themselves. They spend their days perpetually reacting, caught in cycles of overthinking, fighting, defending, and endlessly explaining themselves. This relentless cycle leads to mental exhaustion, emotional burnout, and a profound sense of spiritual disconnection. Remember, you don't need to respond to every single thing, nor must you mend everyone's perception of you. Remember, you don't need to respond to every single thing, nor must you mend everyone's perception of you. There's no obligation to react to every insult, message, shifting mood, or challenging situation that arises. That's not maturity. It's simply exhaustion. The stark truth is, in this world, you will face judgment. You'll be misunderstood, criticized, ignored, manipulated, loved, and even hated, sometimes all in one day. If you attempt to respond to every little thing, you will undoubtedly break. You'll lose your precious focus. You'll forfeit your joy, and ultimately, you'll lose your very identity. This is why mastering the art of ignoring is essential. It's not about weakness. It's about becoming strong enough to withhold attention from what doesn't deserve you. It's not about weakness. It's about becoming strong enough to withhold attention from what doesn't deserve you. You are not here to be constantly available for every drama. You are here to flourish, to protect your inner peace. You are here to become unstoppable. Today, I will reveal exactly how to ignore with calm confidence, self-respect, and clarity. This powerful video will also help improve your English while imparting invaluable life lessons. Let's begin with our first insight. Tip 1. Not everything genuinely deserves a reaction. Each day, you are surrounded by minor things attempting to steal your peace. A rude comment, someone's sour mood, a message that upsets you, or a person gossiping behind your back. Perhaps a moment of disrespect, a situation not going your way. Your mind instinctively urges, react, say something, fight back, defend yourself. Perhaps a moment of disrespect, a situation not going your way. Your mind instinctively urges, react, say something, fight back, defend yourself. But stop, just pause for a moment and ask yourself a powerful question. Will this still matter in 5 days, 5 months, 5 years? Most often, the honest answer is no, yet we still react. Why? Because our ego frequently shouts louder than our logic. Because we crave feeling right, because we desire control, and because we are conditioned to fight for everything. Even if it costs us our precious peace. But here's the profound truth. The strongest move is often no move at all. The most powerful reply is indeed no reply. The highest form of self-control is consciously choosing silence over noise. You don't need to engage in every argument you're invited to. You don't need to clap back or always strive to win. You simply need to let it pass by, much like a fleeting cloud in the vast sky. Imagine walking through a park. Someone shouts something offensive at you from across the street. You are presented with 2 distinct choices. Option 1. You halt your walk, shout back, engage in an argument, and waste your valuable energy. You leave feeling much worse. Option 2. You calmly keep walking. You don't even glance back. You decide, that's not my problem. That's their pain. You protect your inner peace. You continue moving forward, and ultimately, you win. That is the profound power of ignoring. You haven't lost anything. You remained calm, and you stayed free. From this moment forward, whenever something tries to pull you into needless drama, pause, breathe, ask yourself, is this truly worth my time, my peace, my energy? If not, ignore it with grace, with silence, with strength. Tip 2. Control your emotions. Don't let them control you. There will inevitably be people who try to hurt you. Not because you've done anything wrong, but because they themselves are hurting, jealous, confused, bitter, or lost. There will always be situations that go awry. Your boss is unfair, rumors spread, your plans unravel, or life simply throws pain your way. There will always be situations that go awry. Your boss is unfair, rumors spread, your plans unravel, or life simply throws pain your way. In those moments, your emotions will surge. You'll feel it, that sudden anger, the urge to scream, to reply, to break something. That heaviness in your chest, that mental storm urging, say something, do something, show them. The moment you react without control, you lose it. You lose your peace, your clarity, and often your power. Why is this so difficult? Because your emotional brain, the amygdala, is incredibly fast. It reacts in mere milliseconds, even before your logical brain fully awakens. It cries, "Fight back! They disrespected you! Show them who you are! Don't be weak!" But here's a crucial understanding. Emotion is not your enemy. However, reaction without thought certainly is. The most powerful individuals in the world are not cold or numb. They are simply in control of their responses. They still deeply feel the emotion, but they don't allow it to drive their actions. They don't surrender the steering wheel. They take a deep, centering breath and consciously choose how to respond. That is not weakness, that is mastery. They take a deep, centering breath and consciously choose how to respond. That is not weakness, that is mastery. Imagine this scenario. You're at work, having poured effort into a project, but your manager gives credit to someone else. You feel disrespected, angry, unseen, and ready to explode. Now, you have two options before you. Option 1. React emotionally. You send a rude email, raise your voice, complain to everyone, or cry in the restroom. The end result? You lose respect, feel even worse, and experience a profound lack of control. Option 2. Control your emotions. You take a brief walk, breathe deeply, and say nothing for now. You calm your body. You go home, write in your journal, and clarify your thoughts. The next day, you calmly address your manager. You explain the truth with dignity and quiet power. The end result? You gain respect, feel proud, and remain firmly in control. That is emotional maturity. That is growth. That is true power. Now, how do you actually control your emotions in real life? Pause. Don't react immediately. When something triggers you, pause. Even a mere 5 seconds of silence can prevent a lifetime of regret. Mentally affirm, I am feeling something strong right now, but I don't need to act on it. Breathe slowly and deeply. Your breath serves as your anchor. When you breathe slowly, you send a vital message to your brain. I am safe, I am in control, I don't need to panic. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly for 6 seconds. Repeat this process 3 times. You'll feel your emotional storm gradually begin to calm. Name the emotion. Say it in your mind. This is anger. This is frustration. This is fear. This is disappointment. Why does this work? Naming the emotion shifts your brain from reactive emotion mode to thoughtful thinking mode. It gives you back crucial control. Ask yourself this golden question. What action will genuinely protect my peace? Not just my pride, because pride often craves revenge, but peace yearns for freedom. Ignoring with strength is the highest form of freedom. Choose calm action or no action at all. Once your mind has calmed, choose your next move wisely. Do you walk away? Do you speak later, calmly? Do you say nothing at all? Whatever you decide, ensure your emotions aren't driving it. Ensure your peace is the guiding force. You cannot control other people. You cannot control the vast world around you. You cannot control every unfair moment, but you can absolutely control how you react to all of it. And that truly changes everything. From today, make this your unwavering mantra. I will feel, but I will not be ruled. I will pause, but I will not break. I will breathe. I will observe, and I will respond only when peace resides in my heart, not pride in my mouth. This is emotional power. This is mental strength. This is how you ignore without becoming cold or distant. And this is how you win, often without uttering a single word. Tip 3. Focus on what truly matters and let go of what doesn't. Your brain feels overwhelmed, your heart is exhausted, and your precious time is rapidly disappearing, not because you're lazy. It's because your attention is constantly being stolen. Every single day, you ponder people who don't think about you. You overthink situations that are already long over. You waste time trying to understand someone who doesn't even understand themselves. You overthink situations that are already long over. You waste time trying to understand someone who doesn't even understand themselves. You check your phone countless times, waiting for replies. You worry endlessly about what they said, why they said it, who else heard it, and what they might be thinking. All the while, your important goals are waiting. Your peace is waiting. Your purpose is patiently waiting. But you are far too distracted. Your attention is your energy. Where your focus flows, your life inevitably follows. If you focus on problems, you will live in pain. If you focus on noise, you will lose your authentic voice. If you focus on others, you'll forget who you truly are. That's why this tip isn't just about ignoring people. It's about retraining your brain to stop feeding distractions. It's about consciously choosing to start nourishing your future. Yes, your mind is much like a fertile garden. Every thought is a seed. Every time you focus, you water that seed. What grows depends entirely on what you feed. So if you consistently focus on negative people, drama, jealousy, gossip, comparison, and fear, you are watering weeds. And when weeds thrive, they ultimately suffocate the beautiful flowers. But if you nourish your peace, your vision, your daily habits, and your self-respect, you will cultivate a life truly worth living. Whatever you water will grow. Whatever you ignore will ultimately wither and die. Choose wisely. But why is it so incredibly hard to focus on what truly matters? Because distractions often feel urgent. Yet the truly important things frequently feel quiet and understated. Checking your phone provides a small, temporary dopamine hit. Overthinking offers the illusion of control. Gossiping about people might make you feel powerful for a few fleeting minutes. Obsessing over what others think gives you temporary purpose, but in the long run, none of these actions genuinely build you up. Obsessing over what others think gives you temporary purpose, but in the long run, none of these actions genuinely build you up. They only slowly, silently, and deeply break you down. This means you must choose your focus with clear intention. You must notice what is draining your energy and consciously stop feeding it. You decide every single day. What genuinely deserves my energy today? What helps me grow? What pulls me backward? And then you let go of everything else. This is how you ignore without feeling guilty, because you're not escaping. You are actively protecting yourself. Imagine you're studying for an important exam or preparing for your dream project, but every few minutes you check who's online. You think about a person who ghosted you. You recall a rude comment from yesterday. You scroll social media, comparing yourself to others. Now stop and ask yourself, did any of these distractions help your future? Did any of them build your dream? Did any of them make you feel proud of yourself? No, they merely stole your time and left you feeling empty. Now, imagine this instead. You turn off all distractions. You ignore the pervasive noise. You sit down with your goal. You study. You build. You grow. You finish the day feeling focused, calm, and deeply fulfilled. That is the immense power of choosing what matters and letting go of what doesn't. So, how do you actually train your brain to focus? Ask yourself every morning, what actually matters today? Write it down. Not 20 things, just 2 or 3 crucial items. Today, I want to finish reading that book. Today, I want to create, not compare. Today, I want peace more than I want attention. Start your day with clear intention, not impulsive reactions. Create a don't feed list. This is incredibly powerful. Make a list that states, today I will not feed overthinking, people who drain me, jealousy, fear, gossip, past memories. I will not feed trying to control others, waiting for replies, or imaginary arguments in my head whenever your mind drifts to those places. Simply say, that's on my don't feed list. I'm not watering that today. Train your focus muscle. Focus isn't a feeling, it's a muscle. This means you must train it daily. Begin with just 20 minutes of deep, uninterrupted work. No phone, no tabs, no noise. Pick one thing and execute it with your full attention. After a few weeks, your brain will stop craving distractions. It will begin to crave genuine progress. Reward your mind for making the right choices when you spend the day focused on what matters. Celebrate it. Say, I'm proud of myself. I didn't waste my energy today. I stayed true to myself. This builds emotional self-respect. The more you respect yourself, the less you care about what isn't important. Every minute you spend worrying about what doesn't matter is a minute you could have used to build the life that does. Every minute you spend worrying about what doesn't matter is a minute you could have used to build the life that does. Ignore the noise. Ignore the comparisons. Ignore the people who confuse your soul. Focus on what makes you truly come alive. Because in the end, the people who genuinely change their lives are not the loudest ones. They are simply those who stopped wasting their energy. From now on, don't say, I don't have time. Instead, say, I won't give my time to what doesn't deserve it. Let go of the pervasive noise. Let go of the past. Let go of people who are not growing alongside you. And place your focus, like a concentrated beam of light, on what matters most. Tip 4, use the profound power of silence. Become calm, unshakable, and untouchable. Silence is not an absence of something. Silence is not weakness. Silence is not merely what you do when you have no words. Silence is a strategic choice. Silence is a conscious decision. Silence is emotional intelligence in its highest, most refined form. Most people mistakenly believe silence means you're scared. But truly powerful individuals understand. Silence means I don't need to waste my energy explaining myself to those unwilling to understand. It means I'm not reacting to your chaos because I've cultivated peace within myself. In today's world, everyone is loud. Everyone is constantly reacting. Everyone wants the final word. Everyone strives to win the argument, defend their pride, and create noise. But here's the secret. When everyone else is loud, silence transforms into immense power. When others attempt to provoke you, silence becomes your protection. When the world around you becomes messy and chaotic, silence becomes your freedom. You don't need to reply to every single message. You don't need to argue with everyone who misunderstands you. You don't need to correct every rumor, every insult, every misjudgment. Most of the time, they don't seek the truth. They simply desire a reaction from you, and your silence effectively kills their game. Let me explain with complete clarity. When you maintain silence, you remain firmly in control. You force the other person to confront their own internal noise. You grant your brain the necessary space to think clearly. You give your heart time to calm down. You rise above the drama. Instead of drowning in it, silence is not running away. It's a deliberate choice of peace over pride. Let's say someone says something insulting to you in front of others. You have two distinct options. Option 1, react loudly. You argue, you raise your voice, you defend yourself, and you try to prove them wrong. Everyone witnesses the confrontation. Perhaps you win the argument, but you feel drained, angry, and deeply shaken. Option 2, Remain silent. You hear it, you feel it, but you utter nothing. You might look at them and offer a slight smile, or perhaps not even that. You simply stay calm. You walk away. You protect your inner peace. What happens then? They lose control. They don't know how to proceed. Those around you perceive your calm strength, and you feel like a king or queen within. That is the profound power of silence. It confuses the antagonist. It commands respect. And most importantly, it keeps your soul clean. Let's be practical. You are human. You feel things deeply. So here's how to utilize silence as a real-life tool. Step 1. Recognize emotional traps. Not every comment demands a reply. Not every question requires an answer. Not every situation necessitates your involvement. Ask yourself, is this person genuinely open to truth, or do they just want to pull me down? If they are merely trying to disturb your peace, do not enter their trap. Breathe before you speak. When someone says something that impacts you emotionally, do not reply immediately. Take 3 deep, calming breaths. Feel the encompassing silence. Allow your thoughts to settle. Then, choose your next move consciously. Feel the encompassing silence. Allow your thoughts to settle. Then, choose your next move consciously. Perhaps you speak, perhaps you don't. But now you are in control. Replace words with actions. Perhaps you speak, perhaps you don't. But now you are in control. Replace words with actions. You don't need to say, I'm doing fine. Just live well. You don't need to declare, I'm over it. Simply move on. You don't need to proclaim, I'll prove you wrong. Just succeed quietly. Let your peace be your powerful message. Let your success be your compelling voice. Use strategic silence. Strategic silence means you are choosing to say nothing entirely on purpose. You are effectively saying, you're not worth my energy right now. My growth matters more than your drama. This applies in numerous situations: toxic family arguments, social media hate, jealous friends, manipulative conversations. This applies in numerous situations: toxic family arguments, social media hate, jealous friends, manipulative conversations. It also applies to gossip, rumors, and passive-aggressive people. You can't always avoid these things, but you can decide who gets access to your voice. Here's what silence powerfully protects for you: your mental peace, your emotional balance, your decision-making ability. Here's what silence powerfully protects for you: your mental peace, your emotional balance, your decision-making ability. It safeguards your inner confidence, your spiritual strength, and your incredibly precious time. Let me be very clear. Silence does not imply you allow abuse. Silence does not mean you suppress pain forever. Silence does not mean you never speak. It means you speak when it is truly wise. You stay silent when it is smart. You walk away when it is undeniably right. Silence is not genuine silence when it stems from fear, but it is pure, unadulterated power when it originates from clarity. From now on, make this your unwavering inner decision. I don't need to explain myself to people who never truly tried to understand me. I don't need to fight battles that lead nowhere. I don't need to argue just to feel heard. I will speak when my words create peace. I will stay silent when silence protects my peace. I choose calm over chaos. I choose growth over ego. I choose silence not because I have no answer, but because I no longer need to give one. This is the power of silence, and when you master this, you become truly untouchable. Tip 5. Set boundaries. Protect your peace, time, and emotional space fiercely. You are not a robot. You are a human being with genuine emotions, inherent limits, essential needs, and a heart that naturally gets tired. But the world often disregards your limits. Some people will incessantly ask, take, demand, push, disrespect, and test your tolerance. But the world often disregards your limits. Some people will incessantly ask, take, demand, push, disrespect, and test your tolerance. They will continue until you break. The worst part is, they won't even notice that you're breaking. That's why setting boundaries isn't rude, it's absolutely necessary, not just for your survival, but for your self-respect. You teach people how to treat you by what you allow them to do. If you don't actively protect your space, no one else will. A boundary is a personal line you draw to protect yourself. It's like a mental and emotional fence. Not to keep everyone out, but to consciously decide who can enter and how far they can genuinely go. Not to keep everyone out, but to consciously decide who can enter and how far they can genuinely go. It's firmly stating, this is my limit. This is what I will not accept. This is how I expect to be treated. This is my time, my space, my peace, and I alone decide who gets access to it. Most people struggle to set boundaries because we're scared. Scared to upset others, scared to be disliked, scared to appear selfish, scared to lose cherished relationships. But let's ask something profoundly important. Scared to appear selfish, scared to lose cherished relationships. But let's ask something profoundly important. What's the purpose of being liked by others if you no longer genuinely like yourself? What's the purpose of being liked by others if you no longer genuinely like yourself? There is no true peace in a life where you are constantly available to everyone except your own self. You say yes when your heart longs to say no. You feel immense guilt for simply resting. You let people dump their emotional burdens on you. You get blamed for things that are not your fault. You get dragged into drama that isn't yours. You spend time with people who actively drain your energy. You feel emotionally exploited, mentally exhausted, and quietly resentful. And you begin to wonder, why does everyone walk all over me? The answer is simple, because you left the door wide open. There's a girl named Sarah. She's kind, helpful, and always says yes. She listens attentively to everyone. She helps everyone. She answers every text. She's constantly available. At first, people adore her, but slowly they stop expressing gratitude. They begin to expect things from her. They get angry when she says no just once. They claim she's changed, and she slowly begins to feel profoundly alone. Sarah didn't change. She simply started protecting her peace. That's when the inauthentic ones left and the truly real ones remained. Know your worth. If you don't genuinely believe you deserve peace, respect, and time for yourself, you'll never protect it. Repeat this to yourself often. I am not selfish for taking care of myself. I am responsible for my peace. I am allowed to say no. I am allowed to rest. I am allowed to protect my energy. Identify who and what consistently drains you. Sit quietly, think deeply, make a clear list. Who always complains but never truly listens to you? Who only calls when they desperately need something? Who disrespects your time, your dreams, your energy? What situations leave you feeling tired, angry, small, or anxious? Now ask yourself, why do I keep allowing this to happen? This is not judgment. This is empowering clarity. And clarity is the true beginning of freedom. Decide your boundaries in advance, proactively. You don't need to wait until you're angry. You can make firm decisions before situations even arise. Examples: I won't reply to work messages after 8 p.m. If someone insults me twice, I'll stop sharing my life with them. I don't explain myself more than once. I take one full day a week just for myself. No calls, no people. I don't participate in gossip or drama, not even silently. When you decide these clear rules in advance, you feel confident. You're no longer merely reacting. You're consciously choosing your path. Communicate calmly and clearly. You don't need to scream. You don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to apologize for your boundaries. You can simply state, I don't have the energy for this right now. That doesn't work for me. I'm not available to talk about this anymore. Please don't speak to me like that again. This is not something I'm okay with. No, yes, no is a complete sentence. At first, people will inevitably resist your boundaries. They will call you rude, distant, selfish, too much. But that's only because they benefited from your previous lack of boundaries. Don't let guilt shatter your boundaries. Release those who don't respect your limits. This is often the hardest part, but also the most profoundly healing. If someone only remains in your life when they can disrespect your boundaries, they are not your true friend. They are not your peace. They are not part of your positive future. Sometimes, your personal growth requires you to let go of certain people. You're not cutting them off with hatred. Sometimes, your personal growth requires you to let go of certain people. You're not cutting them off with hatred. You're simply releasing them with love and choosing yourself. What happens when you finally set firm boundaries? You feel significantly lighter. You feel inherently safer. You stop explaining your every move. You sleep better. You find ample time to think, dream, rest, and grow. You begin to attract people who genuinely respect your space. And most importantly, you start to feel like your authentic self again. You finally stop living for everyone else and start living with yourself, for yourself, and beside those who truly care. From now on, remind yourself of this every single day. I am not here to be constantly available to everyone. I am not here to fix everyone. I am not here to be drained by people who don't even bother to check if I'm okay. I am not here to be drained by people who don't even bother to check if I'm okay. I am here to live with peace. I am here to grow. I am here to protect my energy as if it is pure gold, because it truly is. If something costs me my peace, my mental health, my joy, then it is far too expensive, and I will not pay for it with my soul. Tip 6. Remind yourself they don't know you, so stop living to please them. Start with this quiet, powerful truth. People are going to judge you. Even if you are kind, even if you work hard, even if you do nothing wrong, even if you help them. And the most painful aspect is that the people who judge you most often don't even know your complete story. They don't know. The nights you quietly cried in silence. The dreams you sacrificed to support someone else. The hidden pain behind your smile. The immense weight you carry in your heart. The truth behind your scars. The sheer strength it takes you just to get out of bed sometimes. But they'll still talk, still criticize, still misunderstand, still assume, still compare you to others, and still spread falsehoods. Why? Because it's often easier to judge someone than to genuinely understand them if they don't know your heart. If they don't know your full story, then their opinion is simply not your truth. Let me reiterate this for the part of your soul that desperately needed to hear it. Just because someone has a mouth doesn't mean their words belong in your mind. Many people aren't tired from working too much. They are exhausted because they are constantly performing, pretending to be happy so people won't ask uncomfortable questions. Dressing a certain way to be accepted. Hiding their sadness because it might inconvenience others. Explaining every decision to people who don't even truly care. Posting on social media to constantly prove their worth. Changing themselves again and again just to perfectly fit in. But let's ask something profoundly real. What's the purpose of being liked if you're not even authentically being yourself? You're not here to impress. You're here to live freely, honestly, and fully. Let's say you're choosing a new career path. You tell someone. And they respond, "That's a stupid idea. You're not good enough. It's too risky. You should play it safe. Be realistic. Who do you think you are?" And suddenly, you stop. You freeze. You begin to question yourself. Who do you think you are? And suddenly, you stop. You freeze. You begin to question yourself. But here's the powerful truth. They don't know the fire burning in your soul. They don't know the deep calling in your heart. They don't know the countless hours you've already quietly spent preparing. They don't know what your dream truly means to you. So why are you giving their voice such power over your future? Let them talk. Let them guess. Let them judge. But do not let them guide your life because they've never walked a single step in your shoes. Return to your own undeniable truth. Ask yourself, what do I know about myself that no one else can see? Make a list. I know I have survived more than I speak about. I know I'm growing every day, even if they don't see it. I know I have survived more than I speak about. I know I'm growing every day, even if they don't see it. I know I'm kind, even when I'm misunderstood. I know my dream is real, even if they laugh. I know I'm enough, even when the world makes me feel small. Keep this sacred list close. This is your anchor. Practice the "not everyone needs to know" rule. You don't have to share your every plan. You don't have to defend your every decision. You don't have to post your every progress update. You don't have to explain your silence. Some things are sacred. Protect them fiercely. Build a life so authentically true that you no longer crave external validation. Build a life so authentically true that you no longer crave external validation. The more you live in profound alignment with your heart, the less you need others to approve of it. Live a life where you wake up and declare, I'm not here to be understood by everyone. I'm here to become the real me without apology. That's genuine power. From today, carry this powerful truth inside your heart. They don't know me. They don't know my soul. They don't know the storms I've survived in silence. So their judgment cannot define me. Their rejection cannot stop me. Their small mind cannot contain my big dream. I choose peace over performance. I choose truth over popularity. I choose growth over approval. I choose me, even if they never understand me. Tip 7. Let your growth speak for itself. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to prove them wrong. You don't need to prove yourself right. You don't need to announce every single move. You don't need to win every argument. You don't need to be loud. You just need to continuously grow. Let your profound peace be your reply. Let your quiet maturity be your answer. Let your evolution be your ultimate revenge. Let your growth be your loudest, most undeniable voice. Because at some point, you realize that simply talking doesn't change people's minds. Explaining endlessly doesn't fix everything. Defending yourself only makes you weary and tired. But growth, genuine growth, changes everything when you stop talking and actively start evolving. But growth, genuine growth, changes everything when you stop talking and actively start evolving. The critics gradually become quiet, the haters lose interest, the fake friends disappear, and the real ones finally show up. The critics gradually become quiet, the haters lose interest, the fake friends disappear, and the real ones finally show up. And the world itself starts watching in respectful silence because they cannot argue with tangible evidence. It means instead of fighting baseless rumors, build your undeniable reality. Instead of correcting every insult, powerfully level up your life. Instead of crying for attention, build a world where peace truly lives. Instead of trying to be loud, be absolutely undeniable. You don't need everyone to clap for you. You don't need everyone to like you. You just need to keep consistently rising. Imagine a small tree growing in the midst of a noisy street. Cars are honking, people are shouting, chaos is everywhere. But the tree, it simply keeps growing every single day. Its roots delve deeper. Its branches stretch higher. It never argues. It never explains. It just steadily becomes stronger. And one day, that tree becomes the tallest, the strongest, most peaceful presence in the entire area. That's precisely what growth looks like. No sound, just immense strength. How you can let your growth speak in real life. Stop explaining, start executing your plans. Let your work speak volumes. Let your positive habits shine. Let your results confidently lead the way. Go silent and build your future. Work in silence. Train in silence. Heal in silence. Dream in silence. Win in silence. And when your growth is complete, you won't need to say anything at all. Say this every morning. I don't need revenge. I don't need validation. I don't need noise. I just need unwavering focus. And one day, my growth will speak for everything I stayed silent about. You've spent so much energy trying to prove who you are. But now, stop talking. Let your peace speak. Let your joy speak. Let your energy speak. Let your smile speak. Let your work speak. Let your profound silence speak. Let your discipline speak. Because growth speaks immeasurably louder than mere words, and it never needs to shout. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more simple, motivational English content. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more simple, motivational English content.